These are a few things that helped me save my first $10,000. You can do this too. Trust me, when I first started, I never thought that I would even be able to save $1,000, let alone $10,000. I was a broke single mom on my own making $10 an hour at first. Before the 10K, I had to save 1K first, right? I had to save $1,000. I put away any extra money that I possibly could into savings. At the time, that meant if I went to the gas station and I had $1 left over, I would take that $1 and put it into savings. If I had any money left over after groceries, I would send it to savings. You should put this into a high yield savings account. At the time, I didn't even know what that was, so I was just putting it into savings. And it didn't matter because at least I was doing something. At the time, I also had never heard of a savings challenge, but savings challenges can seriously help you get to any milestone of savings that you want. The next thing I did was to pay off all of my high interest debt. I had over $10,000 in high interest debt. I paid it off in 1 year using a snowball plan. If you don't know what that is, go to my page. I have videos about it. While I was doing this, I paused my savings. So I had saved the $1,000 first, and then I went into my debt payoff. I paused my savings during this time because I really wanted to try to focus on getting that paid. And then I told myself after this debt was paid off, I was going to go back and save more money. The reason is because I really wanted to focus on getting this debt gone. It was costing me a lot of money. And once I got this paid off, it put hundreds of dollars back in my pocket. Once I freed up that money, it became a little bit easier for me to save more and more. Also, side note, yes, I did do side hustles to make this happen. I did anything possible to get this paid off. And like I said, I paid it off in 1 year. I was making more than $10 an hour at this point, but I was still making less than $40,000 a year. Okay, number 3, I really had to know my spending habits so that I could save as much as possible. And that meant that I needed to get really familiar with where I spent my money, not just where I thought I was spending it. Turns out I was spending a lot of money, okay, on fast food, on snacks here and there, on clothes, on different things that I thought weren't that big of a deal, but they really were adding up to be a lot. Learning where I liked to spend my money and the different habits that I had allowed me to create a budget that I could actually stick to, and this was a turning point for me. Because I could build a budget that I could actually stick to, because I allowed myself to still have spending money, but I prioritized saving because I really wanted to hit my first 10K. That was like my big goal in my head that I thought seemed crazy, but I really, really wanted to get there. This brings me to mindset, because whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to do some mindset work if you want to make financial progress. It is just something that has to get done. I had to learn to prioritize future me over present me. Sometimes I didn't feel like saving. Sometimes I didn't feel like sticking to my budget. I just wanted to go blow money, go shopping, go out to eat with my friends, whatever. But I had to prioritize those future goals and that future version of myself so that I could actually hit my goals. I had to sacrifice sometimes. Sometimes I had to say no to plans. Sometimes I had to say no to myself. What I want you to take away from this is that if I can do it, you can too. Okay, like I said, I was a single mom. I did not make that much money. I made less than $40,000 a year. I was still able to hit all of my goals, pay off all of my debt, save up 10,000, and now I've saved a lot more than that because I have these habits that I built through the mindset, through knowing how to budget, etc. The bottom line is you have to want it. Nobody else can make you. I can't make you. I can only teach you the concepts. You have to want it bad enough to be able to go and build these plans for yourself, to be able to work on your mindset, to be able to sacrifice things that you want sometimes for future you. Another thing, start small and celebrate your small wins along the way, okay? It is easy to look at my videos or maybe any other creator's videos and say, oh, I want that, right? But you're looking at the whole elephant in one bite, which is extremely overwhelming, and you start to think you can't do it. I need you to focus and start small. Make your first small goal. If you have never saved money in your life, start with your first $100, okay? And then celebrate that goal. Then start with your first $1,000. Celebrate that goal. You do not have to eat the whole elephant in one bite. I need you to start small. You are capable and you can do this. Now go out and make it happen. You got this, friend.